Hey everyone, Athena here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're diving into a topic that's always fascinated me, the mysteries of ancient history. Did you know there is some evidence showing that Africans came to the Americas before Columbus did? That's right. We're talking about the possibility that ancient Africans made it to the Americas long before European explorers. So buckle up, get ready to expand your minds, and let's embark on this historical adventure together. Let's start with the most well-known European explorer when it comes to the Americas, Christopher Columbus. Renowned historian Leo Weiner explains in his book, Africa and the Discovery of America, Columbus himself wrote in his journal that Native Americans confirmed to him that black-skinned people had come from the southeast in boats, trading in gold-tipped spears. Imagine that. Columbus, arriving on the shores of the New World, gets told by the people who were already there that, hey, guess what? You're not the first non-Native Americans to show up here. There were these other folks with darker skin who came from across the ocean. This is from Columbus's own journal, a primary source document. It kind of changes your perspective, right? So if we're to take Columbus's word for it, and keep in mind he had his own biases and agendas, then we have to at least consider the possibility that Africans were already present in the Americas before his arrival. And this isn't just some wild theory, there's actually more evidence to support it. Let's travel to central Mexico, where we find the Olmec civilization, one of the earliest and most influential cultures in Mesoamerica. The Olmecs were known for their incredible artistry, particularly these massive stone heads. These weren't your average sculptures. We're talking colossal heads, some weighing up to 50 tons and standing over 10 feet tall. The facial features of these Olmec heads are strikingly similar to those of people of African descent. We're talking about broad noses, full lips, and even what appear to be cornrows, a hairstyle deeply rooted in African culture. Now I know what you might be thinking. Couldn't this just be a coincidence? And sure, it's possible. But when you consider the sheer size and detail of these heads, it suggests a level of importance, a reverence that goes beyond simple artistic interpretation. It's like the Olmecs were trying to tell us something, to leave a record of their interactions with people who looked very different from themselves. And when you combine this with Columbus's account of Native Americans describing black-skinned people, it starts to paint a very intriguing picture. Okay, let's talk pyramids. When you hear the word pyramid, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Egypt, right? Those iconic structures have become synonymous with ancient civilizations. But here's a fascinating fact. The Americas actually have more pyramids than any other place in the world. From the towering structures of Teotihuacan in Mexico to the majestic Mayan pyramids scattered throughout Central America, these ancient monuments are a testament to the ingenuity and architectural prowess of the people who built them. But here's the catch. The Egyptian pyramids are much older and show signs of progress from the earliest pyramids built to the more sophisticated and enormous pyramids that are now famous. Some scholars have proposed a fascinating theory, that the knowledge of pyramid building, this advanced architectural technique, might have been brought to the Americas by ancient Africans. We know that ancient Egyptians were master seafarers. They had ships capable of navigating the Nile and even venturing out into the Mediterranean Sea. So, is it so far-fetched to imagine that they might have sailed even further, across the Atlantic Ocean, carrying with them their knowledge of pyramid construction? The similarities in architecture, religion, and astronomy raise compelling questions about the possibility of cultural exchange between these two continents long before Columbus set sail. Now let's talk about some more tangible evidence: ancient skeletons. Over the years, archaeologists have unearthed human remains in the Americas that have challenged conventional theories about pre-Columbian history. In a 1975 publication by the New York Times, it is stated that a Smithsonian Institution team reported finding 2 Negro male skeletons in the US Virgin Islands. These skeletons, dating back centuries, exhibit skeletal features more commonly associated with people of African descent. The dating of these skeletons often predates the arrival of Europeans in the Americas, suggesting that these individuals were not brought here as slaves, but were part of an earlier wave of migration. Imagine that, ancient Africans, navigating the vast expanse of the Atlantic Ocean, reaching the shores of the Americas centuries, even millennia before Columbus. It challenges everything we thought we knew about the history of this continent. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Hold on, how could ancient Africans have possibly crossed the Atlantic Ocean? It's a vast expanse of water, thousands of miles wide. But here's the thing, we often underestimate the ingenuity and seafaring skills of ancient civilizations. And when it comes to shipbuilding, ancient Africans were masters. They had developed sophisticated vessels capable of navigating the Nile River, the Mediterranean Sea, and even venturing out into the Atlantic Ocean. So, when you consider all the above evidence with the fact that ancient Africans were masters at shipbuilding, it is a no-brainer that they more than likely made it to the Americas from West and North Africa long before Columbus did. So the next time you hear about Columbus discovering America, remember that history is far more complex and fascinating. The evidence suggests that Africans were here long before Columbus, contributing to the rich tapestry of human history in the Americas. It's a story that challenges our assumptions, expands our understanding of the past, and reminds us that history is not always what we've been taught. Stay curious and keep exploring. Athena, signing off.